I keep referring to Christianity as a religion, and it is a religion, but I get the response occasionally from Christian viewers, and they say, and this has become something of a cliche, Christianity is not a religion, it's a relationship. Now, I'm going to say something that's going to surprise Christian viewers, because I think you would expect me to kind of scoff at that. Because it has to be said, the words relationship and religion, they're not opposites. But you know what? I kind of had to think to myself about what you mean when you say that. And there's a sense in which I strongly agree with you. Surprise, surprise. First time for everything. But I do understand where you're coming from, because let's remember, I was a Christian for almost 18 years before letting go of it. And I do recall those times when it worked for me, and it worked really well. Those times where there was a potent sense of being in a relationship with God or the divine, or whatever word you want to put on this. I made a video some time ago called Spiritual Experiences as a Christian, and I would encourage you to go and watch that again, because you'll understand where I'm coming from when I say what I'm going to say. Because I understand that at the very core of Christianity, there is a relationship with something out there, something beyond yourself. And I would say that I have that today, just as I did when I was a Christian. So when you say Christianity is not a religion, I get that. But here's where we'll probably disagree. All of the things about Christianity that are religious, including the entire Holy Bible, these are nothing but a hindrance to you experiencing that. Now, I know you can read the Bible and you can get some wisdom out of it that you can use to benefit your life, and I have done that. It's not all bad. But the idea of accepting the Bible as the complete, infallible Word of God and just giving yourself to that when it's an internally inconsistent book and can't possibly represent the whole truth of God, well, that's where it doesn't work for me. And that's where it becomes a hindrance. Now, you all know that there are Christians out there who are anything but Christian in the way they behave. And it's like they've got all the trappings of it, but they've got nothing at the heart of it. I understood what was at the heart of it, and I embraced what was at the heart of it. I mean, some of the most profound moments for me when I was a Christian were, I don't want to go into too much depth on this, but it wasn't anything to do with understanding complex theology. I remember there was a time when I was quite broken as a person, and I decided to do something for someone. It was just an unexpected moment of kindness that I gave to someone when everyone else was ignoring them. I saw a need. I saw my ability to fulfill it. I saw that everyone else was just doing their own thing, getting on with their own lives, not paying any heed to what was going on around them, to the needs of others. And I understood very, very poignantly that at the core of my religion was this idea that you live, to be altruistic, to help other people, And this, so many people just seem to get lost in their own busy lives, in their own little myopic existences of selfishness. And yet, in this one instance, I was able to step outside that. And I didn't do it for any thanks. And it wasn't even anything big anyway, but it was just something I did. And you see, when I was in that mindset, I had such a sense of peace and such a sense of connection to something. Now that's what you can get to at the heart of Christianity. But it's tucked away and hidden at the heart of it. And so often what happens is that people are just lost in all this religious mumbo-jumbo that doesn't really mean anything. So what I'm saying is, me, having completely abandoned Christianity, I can still understand these things. I can still appreciate the importance of kindness. I can still appreciate my connection to something divine. But that whole story, the whole thing about heaven and hell and Satan and the need for salvation and sin and judgment, that's the religious part of this. So when you say Christianity is not a religion, I get it. But what you don't get is that other people in other religions and other forms of spirituality are experiencing the very same thing without Christianity. They are experiencing what is at the heart, or what can be at the heart of Christianity. And for me, it's really, really simple. If somebody gets themselves facing outwards and facing the divine, getting themselves out of themselves, if you like, and asking those questions, what's out there? Is there a God? Is there something transcendent, something divine that we're all a part of? Anybody who asks those questions can find it. You don't need the religion of Christianity specifically. And when I make what can only be described as anti-Christian videos, you have to understand what I'm really criticizing. I'm criticizing that outer shell that so many people are just trapped in. That idea that it must be this religion and no other, when they're all pointing at the same thing. Now, most religions are exclusive. They're all saying it's us and no one else. It's only when you step outside them all and you look at them all that you can see that they're all pointing to the same underlying reality, that they sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? They construct their own myth in order to apprehend, to comprehend that underlying reality. That reality that is the infinite, the transcendent, God, whatever label you want to put on it. So that's where I'm coming from. And I know that you all think Christianity is exclusive, but when you say that, you're talking about the religion of Christianity. You're not talking about the relationship